Good afternoon. A flotilla carrying activists and humanitarian aid to Gaza left Barcelona's port late yesterday after bad weather forced its return a day earlier. The first group of boats are carrying not only their crews but the spirit of all who stood on the dock and everybody rising together across the world, so the global Sumun flotilla said in a post on social media. More boats will join in the days ahead, coming from all across the Mediterranean, it added. Around 200 activists, politicians and artists from 44 countries initially set sail on Sunday from Barcelona after a large rally in support of their mission. Swedish climate activist Greta Thunberg, Irish actor Liam Cunningham and Spanish actor Eduardo Fernandez, along with former Barcelona Mayor Ada Colau, are among those taking part in the voyage, which hopes to reach Gaza by mid-September. Israel's full blockade of the Gaza Strip in place since early March has created catastrophic conditions for the enclave's 2.4 million residents, leading to famine, widespread disease and the collapse of essential services. Prime Minister Pedro Sanchez today accused some judges of doing politics as he faces mounting pressure over corruption cases affecting his inner circle, including his wife and brother. The graft cases have led the opposition to demand Sanchez's resignation and increase political polarisation. The socialist leader said the cases against his relatives were baseless and driven by complaints from far-right groups. Sanchez's wife, Begoña Gomez, has been under investigation since April last year for alleged corruption and influence peddling related to her past academic job at Madrid's Complutense University. His younger brother David is under investigation for alleged embezzlement, influence peddling and tax fraud. The Prime Minister's former right-hand man, Santos Cerdán, was detained in June in a probe into kickbacks for public contracts. The former Transport Minister José Luis Ábalos and his advisor Koldo García are also under investigation in the same case. And migrants found dead off the coast of the Canary Islands are believed to have been murdered and thrown overboard after the overcrowded boat broke down at sea. Between 20 and 30 migrants, now in refugee centres on the islands, are being investigated on suspicion of carrying out the high sea executions after accusing victims of stealing water and practising witchcraft as supplies on board dwindled. Police are investigating the deaths of at least 70 passengers and were reportedly close to making the first arrests over the incidents which took place in the vessel when it was adrift in the Atlantic for more than a week before being rescued by Coast Guards after it suffered engine problems. Survivors are said to have told investigators several migrants also died of thirst and hunger, and others threw themselves overboard after suffering delirium caused by dehydration. Coast Guards rescued around 250 people on board the stricken boat off the disputed Western Saharan territory, some 265 nautical miles from the Canary Islands, following an August 24th alert from a passing merchant vessel. That's the latest from TRE. I'm Bob James.